that it's okay if you are done with your interview and you're feeling like, did I answer the right questions? Was it good? Am I going to get hired? Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. So in today's video, I will be sharing with you guys my interview process that just went on. So without wasting much time, let's get into the video. But before, if you're new here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you're an old subscriber, hey, thank you guys so much for always coming back. If you've been here multiple times, what are you waiting for? Just join the team and hit the subscribe button. Like, comments, engage guys, engage, and let's get into the video. Okay, so I honestly will be graduating school in August, and as many of you know, everybody knows we are in March, so I have about 4 or 5 months to get done with school. So we got an email that we can apply to jobs. Jobs reached out, they sent us an email giving us a link where we can apply to jobs. And so you guys, I was part of the float pool, so I was going to other hospitals. Then I decided to settle, which I'm gonna share with you guys in another video. And so now I'm back on the floor as a tech. One floor, nowhere to go there. So now that I'm back on one floor, I won't get to be thrown outside if I become a nurse, right? So I applied for the position, an RN, BSN at my local hospital, and then they called me like within a week and to set up the interview and everything. And I was like, wait, I graduated in August. I just applied for this because I got the email, and I mean, of course they send the email because they want you to apply. So anyway, I set up the WebEx meeting, and then I was supposed to start at 8:30. 8:30 was just gonna be a Q&A with other students who also applied and with their managers and whatever. And from 9 to 9:30 was going to be my actual process, my actual interview, right? So my interview, guess what, you guys? I met with my manager, and my manager who has been my manager for like 2 weeks, and then clinical coordinator for the hospital. And so I met with her too. So that was how the interview went. So I just got done. This is what I wore to the interview. I just put a headband on here because this is frontal, and then I need glue to put it in place. And then I woke up at 8, guys. I can do glue because I work tonight. I don't take my wigs to work, so I just decided to put the headband on. I'm wearing just a regular shirt, and I'm not wearing anything underwards because it's just a WebEx meeting, right? And so yeah, that's my whole appearance. This is how I dressed to the interview. Of course, it was buttoned here, but then I just put it out for you guys. Anyway, so the interview, so let's go to the interview. Let me tell you what transpired, like what happened, the questions and everything. So yeah, so the first question I was asked was, what is my 5-year goal? What do I see myself in 5 years? Of course, everybody asked this question. I was in an interview in October, and then they asked that question. So that question is like the most axable, even if that's a word, question. So you should know that they asked me what's my 5-year goal. Of course, what I said was, if you had asked me about this a year ago, I would say that my 5-year goal was, when I'm done with school, I'm gonna do my master's, I'm gonna do my doctorates, I'm gonna be a nurse practitioner right after I'm done with my BSN. But with this question now, right now, I am not going to school right after I'm done with my BSN. I honestly want a 5-year gap where I am just doing bedside nursing for 5 years. I am getting to know my patient more. I'm getting to know the diseases more. I'm getting to know progression. What is this? What is that? More. I don't want to be stuck when there's a question about what is this, like how does this get done. When I'm a nurse practitioner, I'm like, I don't know. I have to Google it real quick. I'm not saying I want to know it all before I start. I just want to know some or most where I'm at a point where I know what I'm doing. I know how this works. I have had this multiple times. I have examples. And so for now, for my next 5 years, I honestly want to stay in bedside nursing for the next 5 years. I want to travel doing my RN. I want to do stuff for the next 5 years before I commit myself into school because this BSN program was tough. Oh my god, it was worse. And so the second question was, she was like, what does diversity and inclusion means to me? And at the back of my mind, I was like, okay, so diversity, as we all know, it's all about race. It's all about like including different cultures, different whatever into it. And at the front of my mind, I'm like, diversity honestly means to me, she's not asking what it means to everybody, you know? So I'm like, diversity, what it means to me is like not thinking about somebody's culture or not thinking about somebody's educational background, but including them in everything that you're doing. Let's say a tech, right? A PC, a PSS, CNI, and then you have a question, and then there's a nurse. Not being so biased by going to the nurse, but then asking everybody, because probably being a tech, being a nurse, it doesn't really matter. Like, if you have a question, sometimes somebody might know more than the nurse or whatever. So just including everybody, just asking a general question, just including everybody, no matter their age, their gender, not necessarily over race. So I did not bring race to the question. I did not to the answer, sorry. I didn't bring race to the answer because I feel like not everything is about race. It's just about your culture, it's just about your background, it's just about your educational background or anything. So that was how I answered that question. I didn't bring race to it or anything. I just answered it about what it means to me as a person, as Jemima. Okay, so the next question they asked was if they called my manager, because you know my manager is there, but actually I just transferred to this hospital about 2 weeks ago. So 3 weeks ago I had a different manager. So the next question was, if they called my manager right now, like what would she say about me in 3 words? So I said that my manager will say I'm reliable, because like if they want somebody to work, right? I give an example. I mean, you have to. So if they say they need somebody to work from 11 to 7, and then maybe I cannot get there at 11, I'll tell them, see, I can come and work, okay, but then I can get there like 12:31 because I had school. I had to drop my son or whatever. I mean, obviously I don't have to drop my son, but then I'm just giving an example. So I can be there at 1:30, okay? So it can work. They can be out of a tech for 1.5 hours rather than losing a tech for a whole 8 hours or 12 hours. So she will say I'm reliable, and then she will really say I'm very, very helpful, and she will say I'm hardworking. I'm very hardworking. If you won't say, I'll say I'm very proud of myself and I'm very hardworking. So I would say, I mean, I didn't say that, but then that's what I said, because if they ask her, even though I was in the float pool and my manager wasn't there, she will hear that I'm hardworking. So anyway, I added that. So reliable, I am hardworking, and I'm very helpful. So that was it. And so she asked like what was a particular time where I missed work so much, and I was like, oh, in October. So in October, like September getting to October, everything was so hard on me. That session was crazy. So with that session, I missed work like by 5 times. So my manager called me. She's like, are you okay? Like, you're missing work a lot. And because when you call off, it doesn't go to your manager. Like in the float pool, it goes to some people called SSO. So I called off in like 5 times in October, like September getting to October. So she called and she was like, are you okay? You've called off like 5 times and blah blah blah. But then I was doing full-time nights and then working too, and school was crazy, and it was just over me. So that time was crazy, and so I told them the truth, obviously, because she's going to see it. She's my manager now, so there's nothing to hide. Before I was getting to the interview, like, I told my husband, like, if I don't get hired for this position as an RN, I feel like they're losing something more important. They're losing me. I'm not losing anything. They're losing me instead. So I'm like, I don't really care. They're losing me. So anyway, there are a lot of nursing jobs out there, like, so I feel like you don't have to lie, you know. You're gonna be working with them for the longest time. That's just be yourself. Just tell them the truth. When yesterday I asked my friend who went through that a couple of months ago, and I was like, what did you do to prepare? And he was like, oh, just watch a couple of YouTube videos and you'll be fine. And I was like, I don't want to watch YouTube videos, because if I watch it and then I probably will say what that person said, and that's not me, you know. Probably I watch the YouTube videos just to know what questions you're going to ask, but I won't watch the YouTube videos just to copy what somebody is saying. You get what I'm saying? I just want to be myself. If I don't get a job, fine. I know I was myself. I know I was honest, and that's what I said. So let's move on to the next question. Anyway, so the next question that they asked me was, when was a time that I went above and beyond to help a patient out? To me, I always go above and beyond to help my patient out. When it comes to food, I like food. When you're at the hospital and then there's no food, you can't order outside, you're not getting what you want, it's hard, you know. I came here when I was 19. I didn't have a lot of stuff to get my hands onto, so it was hard for me. So just imagine being at the hospital, you cannot leave, because when you leave, it's like living out of the world. Some people are AMA, so you can't leave. And just imagine being at the hospital, not having some stuff, and the people who you're looking forward to, they are not going above and beyond to help you. So I always go above and beyond. When my patient tell me I want turkey sandwich, I go to the fridge, there's no turkey sandwich, I go to a different floor, I get that turkey sandwich for that person. So those times, every time I go above and beyond. So I gave them an example, because they said I should give an example, right? So the next question that they asked was, what does teamwork means to me? Honestly, like, nursing school teamwork is different, but I haven't been actually part of a team for like 3 years, because I was part of the float pool. So it's not like actually a team. It's like going to all hospitals, going to all floors. So it's not like by 7 a.m. I'm out. So it was nice that way. But to me, teamwork is being more there for your team. Like, it's like growing the team, like being there for them and they being there for you. That is teamwork. That explains teamwork to me, not to the dictionary or whatever. Every question that was in the interview wasn't about what is the meaning, it's about to you, like what is something that somebody will do that you feel like, oh, it's right. That is the definition of teamwork to me. So to me, when that question was asked, I told them, like, being there for your team, being reliable. In your team, somebody knows that, oh, even if I ask Jemima, she will be able to get it for me. If I'm in a room, I need somebody to get something for me, I call her and Vasera, she's there for me. She will be able to get it for me. So that's teamwork. Being there for your team, being there for everybody over there, they knowing that you are reliable, you're helpful, you're very hardworking. That is all that matters. You know, you are actually there for the patient, but in other sense, you are also there for your team. If the team doesn't grow, you're not helping your patient, you know. So that is what I explained teamwork as. So the last question was, if something happens, what would I do? Like, between me and my team, if something happens, will I report to my manager or whatever? I feel like that was what the question was asking. Like, if something happens between you and a coworker. Okay, so this was the question. She was like, if there is a misunderstanding between you and your coworker, there is no cooperation, what would you do? I haven't worked on a floor or a team with a team of people, so anytime something doesn't really happen, it's just that, like, I'm out of there at 7 a.m. That's all that matters to me. I do my job, I'm out. So when she asked me that question, I haven't been with a team. But to me, if something happened, it's the manager I'm going to. I find another nurse, there's a charge nurse, right? I find them, I tell them what happened between me and you. you still don't understand it, you still think I'm wrong, I still think I'm right, there is some misunderstanding, blah blah blah. That's why there is a manager, to be there for checks and balances. So I just go to my manager and I report the person, I report what happened, because she will be that person to explain whatever the person means to me. If I'm not getting it, she'll explain whatever I mean to the person if the person is not getting it. So she's the person who will talk to each person, and then bring everything together and explain it, and then solve the situation, solve whatever is going on. So that is what I explained that question. That is how I answered that question. So yeah. So I just wanted to say that it's okay if you are done with your interview and you're feeling like, did I answer the right questions? Was it good? Am I going to get hired or whatever? It's okay. I work on the same unit. I'm trying to stay on the same unit. I was interviewed by my manager. I still feel that way. So I let my husband listen to the interview. I opened the door a little bit because I didn't want a situation whereby after I'm gonna be like, I don't remember my answers, did I say this right or whatever. And so he listened. So after I was like, what did I say, because I feel like I'm forgetting it. My brain is playing tricks on me. I feel like I didn't say something good. Did I answer that question right? And he was like, oh, you actually did good. And the fact that he listened also, I feel like it helped me not to doubt myself, not to think about this thing this whole time for the next week where I'll get my offer letter. So I'm gonna let you guys know when I get my offer letter and everything. So yeah. So I feel like those other questions they asked, those were my honest answers to them. And I wanted to make this video as soon as possible before I forget any question they asked, because I know I was going to. I didn't want to procrastinate and be like, oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow or whatever, and I'll forget. So those were the questions they asked, and then they asked if I had any questions, and my questions were like, when am I gonna hear back from you? I hope I'm staying at this hospital because I just joined you guys' team and I really like it. So yeah, I hope I stay there. And they said I'll hear back from them in a week, and so I'm waiting for that week, next week, where I'll hear back from them, and then they'll tell me when my start date is. Since I'm graduating in August, my start date will be like maybe September, October, whatever. But then, well, here am I, right? I'll let you guys know the update. I'll let you guys know next week what happens. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for clicking this button. I am so excited. I hope you are for me too. So see you next time. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, comment, share to your other nursing friends, seniors. So yeah, bye.